Contracts are the backbone of business relationships, but what happens when they go wrong? Understanding the difference between fraud and breach of contract is crucial for protecting your interests and navigating potential legal disputes. Fraud and breach of contract are two distinct legal concepts, though they can sometimes overlap. A breach of contract occurs when one party fails to fulfill the terms of an agreement. For example, if a contractor doesn't complete a project by the agreed-upon deadline, that's a breach of contract. Fraud, on the other hand, involves intentional deceit. It occurs when one party knowingly misrepresents facts to induce the other party into an agreement. There are two main types of contract fraud. Fraud in the inducement affects the entire contract. Imagine hiring an interior decorator who falsely claims to be a professional. The entire contract is based on this deception. Fraud in the factum, however, misrepresents a specific element of the contract. For instance, a photographer agreeing to sell you 20 prints, but actually intending to sell 50. Proving fraud in court requires evidence of two key elements. First, one party must have knowingly misrepresented material facts. Second, there must be proof of intentional attempt to defraud or deceive the other party. It's important to note that fraud must relate to facts, not opinions. Poor quality work isn't necessarily fraud, but lying about qualifications or experience is. There are several indicators that might suggest contract fraud. Watch for discrepancies in documentation, such as missing or falsified records. Be wary of misrepresentation of credentials or unusual contract terms that heavily favor one party. Reluctance to share information or documentation during or after signing can also be a red flag. While breach of contract and fraud are separate issues, they can sometimes occur together. However, courts often focus on breach of contract claims, as fraud is often implied in the breach itself. Many courts will dismiss fraud claims as duplicative when accompanied by breach of contract allegations. The consequences of breach and fraud can be severe. Financial damages are common in breach cases, while fraud may also incur punitive damages. Courts may nullify the contract entirely through rescission. Fraud allegations can cause long-term damage to business or professional credibility, and in severe cases, may lead to criminal penalties. To protect yourself, implement preventative measures. Ensure all contracts are comprehensive with clear terms and conditions. Conduct thorough background checks on contracting parties. Consider using third-party mediation to oversee negotiations or ensure fairness in agreements. Most importantly, have all contracts reviewed by qualified legal professionals before signing. Understanding the nuances of fraud and breach of contract is essential in today's business world. While these concepts can be complex, being informed and proactive can save you from significant legal and financial troubles. Remember, when in doubt, always consult with a legal professional to protect your interests and ensure the integrity of your business dealings.